I'm going to play a clip from this new Disney show, the once family-friendly brand, out of control. It's now available, this show, on Disney-owned FXX cable network. I'm not promoting it. I even hesitated to do this clip because I thought, is this just, giving them more publicity? But I thought, no, moms need to hear how outrageous this show is, how awful it is. So it's called Little Demon. It sports the voices of folks like Danny DeVito, his wife Rhea Perlman, their daughter Lucy, Mel Brooks, and other well-known folks. And the premise of Little Demon, we're about to play it. This is why I'm saying get your kids out of the room. This is the premise of Little Demon as spoken in their own trailer.
Hi, I'm Chrissy. Did you know that my mom had sex with Satan? My dad's the devil, and I'm your friendly neighborhood antichrist.
I mean, as a Christian, I won't cry, even though I cry easily. That makes me so sad because I think people can anesthetize us or remove our impact on culture if they can make us look ridiculous. And by calling herself the friendly neighborhood antichrist, I think of Jesus bleeding a bloody, death with a ravaged body, dying for every awful thing that's ever been said or done on this planet. And they're making fun of that. And so that is Little Demon. That is something that Disney is putting out. I'm outraged, and I want to know what you have to say about that, Tim.
Well, Disney is hardly recognizable from the company it once was. It was built on the brand, on the backs and on the wallets of parents. It became the single most trusted family brand in the world. So I scratch my head and I wonder what is going on in the corporate offices at Walt Disney, which is just down the street from where I'm sitting right now.
Yeah.
And I scratch my head and I think I don't know what their decision-making process is, but they are taking everything that was good about that company and its history and turning it upside down.
And this is an animated show, so they can't argue for a second that it isn't meant to attract children. It's animated. It's got all kinds of graphics that would draw in kids and little kids. And so I'm going to repeat it, Melissa, and then I want your perspective as a mom. The premise of the show is that this girl's mom had, I'm so sorry for the kids, had sex with Satan, and Chrissy is that offspring, and she calls herself the Antichrist. Tell me, Melissa, the scientific research, and as a mother yourself, how can this cavalier approach to a topic like that affect and impact our kids as they watch a show like that?
Well, we know, as Tim stated earlier, there are over 1,000 scientific studies that have documented the causal relationship between what kids see in the media and the way they behave in the real world. And this is, in a variety of areas of life. Television, for example, has been described as a sexual super peer. So when kids see a lot of sexual content on TV, they tend to assume higher levels of sexual activity and experience among their peers than may exist in reality. We know that violent media can influence violent behavior or can encourage violent behavior. So from a scientific standpoint, I think there's ample evidence that there is a cause and effect.
Yeah, and violence gets perpetuated, and we've seen that then is acted out. I mean, I blame the media for the fact that there's a huge rise in school shootings. In your press releases, you guys list the various things that some of these shows, one of the ones I'm thinking of is Euphoria, which is a show about high school aged characters, and it's touted by HBO as its youngest skewing drama series. So I want to move into some of the things that these programs that you're upset about, i.e. Little Demon and also Euphoria. You have a list of all of the things that they contain in these shows, which is unbelievable, truly. Like, you lead the list with child rape. That's one of the things in these shows. And again, we're anesthetizing our culture to the fact that these things are abhorrent because we're normalizing them. And I know to some people they can stereotype me as a crazy mom who doesn't understand that we're growing as a culture. And I just think, really, do you really want your 8-year-old tuning into this and thinking these are the values they should have? I think of all these advertisers, and I want you to name them. that are behind shows like this. And I think, you know who they're selling their products to? Mothers. They want mothers to buy their products, and mothers do. And yet they're giving those mothers' children this horrific content to consume that they're backing by advertising with these folks. So could you expose some of these folks that are advertising with these kind of shows, this kind of programming?
We have first targeted T-Mobile.
T-Mobile
sponsored the show after the first week, and they are now off the show.
Oh, good for you.
We then targeted Burger King. They were a sponsor the second week, and now they are off the show. Then we saw that Olive Garden was sponsoring the show, so we targeted Olive Garden with our outreach. They are now off the show.
Man, you're making a difference by getting these advertisers off these shows. And I know you've been around for a long time making an impact, but sometimes it must feel like you're pushing against a brick wall. So God bless you guys. Thanks for all you're doing.